today. From Portland, Oregon, it's a special Halloween presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Portland Lumberjacks taking on the Austin Desperados.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Austin Desperados and the Portland Lumberjacks. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Portland team entering play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And now 2 yards to go on third down. Up the middle they go. Minor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive. Third and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and rambled.
And just the third play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3 and out and did just that. On first down, Cobb. He finds his man, complete. That's Castillo. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Looking to throw on second down. Cobb going right side here, and that's complete. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Back to throw. Cobb. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
On first down, Minor. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw. Cobb.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
From the gun on third down, Cobb. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
They'll run on first down. Minor. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there.
His third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Desperados get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Point after, right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers. Because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, and that last week effort, he threw for well over 400 yards. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
To throw is Frazier.
He finds his man, complete. It's Fletcher. 7 yards there and a first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Now Frazier. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level can change a game at a moment's notice.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they are winners of 2 straight games as they have climbed back to 500 now on the season.
And you and I both know that this can be a tough team to figure out sometimes, because I remember a few weeks ago you and I having a conversation where we both thought that this was a season that could get away from them pretty quickly. Obviously not.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Frazier.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Got his open man, it's Carr. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And on now is the punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Well, backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
To throw on 3rd down. Cobb, he's going to flip one out here to his running back. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. And they'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Portland's offense now about set to take over.
They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Throwing is Frazier.
He finds his man, complete. That's Leonard. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 121 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is the #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
On second down, it's Carr. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's Frazier. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Frazier to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Frazier. Throw left side complete. That's Fletcher. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Carr, and he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll keep it on the ground. Carr, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. Frazier. This caught just inside the 10. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Operating from the gun. Frazier. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. The sack sets him back a full 10 yards there on 1st and goal. 1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. They'll try the left side. It's Carr, and he'll get this one down to about the 17. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Fletcher. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. This a 27-yard attempt here. And this one is right through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the 2nd quarter. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
And, CD, you look at this defense that has won 5 games in a row.
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. From the gun on 3rd down, Cobb. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 9 yards that time. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Off the play fake, Cobb. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Up the middle they go. Minor. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Off play action. Cobb. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Blake. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Now 2nd and 11 from the 32. Back to throw. Cobb. And that is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Cobb. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. And this one is right down Broadway. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now a dump off here complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. To hurry up. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. Again, he'll drop to throw. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the 1st half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
From the 34 now, he's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Frazier firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this 1st half. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this 1st half. So we are at halftime here on Halloween as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, make sure you avoid the crazies out there and welcome in everybody to this Halloween edition of our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital. And it's the home side who have the lead as they play the 2nd quarter. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. and they were losers in that one to the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. The Bucks have made it official. They are Super Bowl contenders as they finish the first half with a sterling 7-1 record. Lastly, let's get you way up to Seattle. See what's happening with the Seahawks. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. Trevor Lawrence with a couple of touchdown passes there. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On third down, Frazier.
Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. And he edges forward but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Minor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Cobb. Now he'll put underneath to his running back. Complete. And his bid for the 1st down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Portland's offense now about set to take over. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, You're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Frazier. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
56 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Ready. Cut, go.
To throw on second down. Cobb, quick hitter here, it's complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun. Cobb. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
They'll look to throw again. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. Now a handoff up the middle. Minor. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They'll keep it on the ground. Minor. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Back to throw. Cobb. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Here we go. 50 red. 50 red.
To throw on third down. Cobb. Flush to his right. And the pressure gets to him again. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up fourth.
A third and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That fifth defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Portland's offense now about set to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Off the play fake. Frazier. Over the middle, complete. It's Leonard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Ready. 45. White. Ready. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Frazier. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Ready. Red. 38. Set. Good.
Up the middle they go. It's Carr. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
That's a gain of 14. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NBA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Frazier. Pressure comes and down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing.
It's down to about the 37.
Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
So the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside. Make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 77 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Minor.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Certainly worth noting he's now one catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. Looking to throw on second down. Cobb over the middle. It's complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Back to throw. Cobb. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Desperados add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
I think it's easy to say mission accomplished on that drive. The goal was to increase the lead. They did exactly that.
Now the try here for the point after. And the lead is now 24. That time a 6-play drive. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Let's go.
Portland's offense now about set to take over. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Right.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Ready. Yellow, 22.
To throw on second down. Frazier. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A gain of 13. It's a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 15. Looking to throw. Frazier, he finds his man, complete. It's Fletcher. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fletcher. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
To about the 48-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 11. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Blake. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Back to throw. Cobb. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
In today's NFL, most teams don't have as many goals for the game like we used to have, where you checked off your boxes. But 0 turnovers, that's a universal. And while it won't likely cost them in this game, they're going to regret the fact that they coughed one up here.
Yeah, their first blemish. They had mistake-free football prior. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun. Frazier. He finds his man. Complete. It's Fletcher. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. Back to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Young.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
60 red.
On second down now, it's Carr, and they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score.
And this is a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And able to find a little space. He gets us up over the 15 to the 16. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Up the middle they go. Blake. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. Off play action. Cobb. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he gets it down to the 32. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for our visitors, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Portland, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.